This video is a compilation of things I have learned during the course of my relationship with an INFJ. INFJs are one of the rarest types of personalities. They are caring, intelligent and creative. They are known to be stubborn, impatient, and sometimes difficult. An INFJ can sometimes drive other people insane. Here are some ways that you can love an INFJ. First, listen attentively to INFJs and understand their unique perspectives. There is something special and unique about INFJs. They are often seen as the masterminds of the personality type world. They have a deep understanding of people and situations that others may not be able to see or understand. This makes them excellent listeners. When an INFJ is listening, they are actually focusing on what the other person is saying and not thinking about their own agenda or thoughts. This can be difficult for some people because it can seem like the INFJ isn't really paying attention to them. However, if you try to take control of the conversation or interrupt frequently, the INFJ will quickly realize that they are not being listened to and will stop doing what they were doing. It is important for you to understand how an INFJ works in order to have a successful relationship with them. Second, respect INFJ's autonomy and allow them to make their own decisions. INFJs are often seen as independent and strong-willed individuals. This is partial because INFJs are often very selective in who they let into their inner circle, and partially because INFJs have a lot of personal autonomy. That being said, INFJs do need respect when it comes to their autonomy. They should be allowed to make their own decisions without interference, even if those decisions don't always align with the preferences of others. This respect will allow INFJs to be their most authentic selves and shine through in all aspects of their lives. Third, don't expect INFJs to be normal or default. They're unique individuals with their own set of values and priorities. INFJs are often perceived as being strange and different, which is partly true. They are definitely unique individuals with their own set of values and priorities. INFJs aren't necessarily normal or default. They have their own unique way of looking at the world, and things can be quite confusing for others when trying to understand them. While they may seem shy at first, don't be fooled. INFJs are very passionate and driven people who just want to be understood and appreciated for who they are. Fourth, respect INFJs' feelings. Don't try to change them or make them do things they don't want to do. INFJs deeply value their independence and authenticity, so it can be difficult for them to accept love and care from others. However, INFJs are incredibly loyal and devoted to those they respect and care for. They will often put their own needs last in order to please those they cherish. Therefore, it's important to show INFJs respect by treating them with honesty, sincerity, and kindness. Be patient with them as they try to figure out what they want and need in a relationship. And never take their autonomy or independence for granted. Remember that INFJs value their freedom highly. Fifth, let INFJs lead the conversation and offer them suggestions, but don't overstep your bounds. INFJs are often able to read and understand people very well. This makes them great leaders and conversation starters. However, it is important not to overstep your bounds. INFJs are introspective and may not want to engage in conversations that they do not feel passionate about. Offer them suggestions for topics that would be interesting or enjoyable for them to discuss, but avoid pushing them into engagements they do not want to participate in. Sixth, allow INFJs time and space to themselves. Don't monopolize their time or attention. INFJs are usually very independent individuals, but they need time and space to themselves in order to recharge. They need time to think and process their thoughts, and they need time to be by themselves. INFJs don't like being rushed or monopolized, so it's important for those around them to understand this about them. Seventh, accept INFJs for who they are, mistakes and all, and don't try to fix them. INFJs are often misunderstood and misrepresented by the public. They are often seen as reserved and difficult to get to know, but this couldn't be further from the truth. INFJs are some of the most compassionate and caring people you will ever meet, and they will go out of their way to help others. However, like all people, INFJs make mistakes. They can be indecisive at times and they may not always know what they want, but that doesn't mean they don't care about you. INFJs want to be loved for who they are, flaws and all. And if you can show them that you accept them for who they are, then their love for you will grow exponentially. 8. Remember that INFJs are deep thinkers and can take a while to process information. Be patient with them. INFJs are deep thinkers. They can take a while to process information, so be patient with them. They value thought and understanding over immediacy or results, so it can be difficult for them to make decisions quickly. INFJs are also known for their intuition and deep insights, so it can be helpful to allow them time to process what they've learned before responding.